Okay, let's talk about why Dancing with the Stars, a show I honestly thought was on its last legs 5 years ago, is suddenly everywhere again. Think about this, a 21-year-old reality show just got its first Emmy nomination in a decade and is pulling in Gen Z viewers who weren't even born when it premiered. That's not just nostalgia. That's alchemy. And I'm not buying the happy accident angle. This was engineered. Let's start with the obvious, TikTok. The show's producers didn't just dip a toe into social media, they weaponized it. They're not begging viewers to watch, they're making them need to watch to understand the memes, the dance trends, the behind-the-scenes drama. It's like if your mom's Facebook group suddenly went viral on Douyin. But here's what fascinates me, they didn't just throw influencers on the cast and call it a day. They cast people like Alex Earle, sure, but then paired them with veterans like Andy Richter, someone your parents might recognize but you'd never expect to see doing a tango. That's not a casting strategy, it's a generational bridge. Personally, I think we're seeing the death of target demographics here. Who cares if you're 16 or 60 if the show makes you feel like you're part of the same inside joke? Now, let's unpack the positivity angle. The XX keeps saying the show is a joy-filled escape, which sounds like corporate fluff until you realize how radical it actually is. In 2026, when every streaming service is betting on gritty dystopias and true crime, DWTS is succeeding by being nice. Like, genuinely uplifting. Robert Irwin crying over his foxtrot? Elaine Hendricks nailing a salsa while cracking jokes about aging? This isn't just wholesome content, it's a counter-programming revolution. What many people don't realize is that the show isn't ignoring our fractured cultural moment, it's exploiting our exhaustion from it. We're starved for things that don't make us want to rage-quit humanity. That's not just smart TV strategy, that's psychological timing. But here's where it gets really juicy, the multi-generational fandom. Julianne Hough's story about the guy who rewatched with his wife and kid after his mom died? That's not marketing. That's legacy. This show is now a family heirloom. I mean, how many programs can say they've outlived their original audience's parents? From my perspective, this isn't just about dance, it's about memory. It's the TV equivalent of finding your mom's old vinyl records and realizing they still spin. And let's be real, the newer viewers aren't just there for the choreography. They're there for the camp, the chaos, the accidental authenticity. They're watching Andy Richter trip over his own feet and thinking, this is what reality TV should have been all along. So what's the bigger picture? I think DWTS stumbled onto a formula that's part comfort food, part cultural time capsule, and part social media experiment. But here's the kicker, they're not chasing trends. They're letting the trends chase them. The TikTok hype isn't driving the show, it's just amplifying what was already there. The real magic isn't the influencers or the hashtags. It's the realization that joy isn't a niche market. It's a universal currency. And in an era where we're all scrolling ourselves into existential dread, maybe the biggest surprise of all is that America still wants to gather around a sparkly ballroom and root for a 70-year-old comedian doing the cha-cha. What do you think? Is this the start of a wholesomeness revolution, or just a fleeting escape? Let me know in the comments.